Somewhere beneath the streets of Rome, right now there is a room. Not a ruin, not an excavation site. A room built 2,000 years ago. No windows, no natural light, no connection to the world above. Just stone walls and darkness, the remnants of something that happened in this room, and that Rome's most powerful men swore on their lives never to reveal. On the walls of this room, carved images that scholars have studied for centuries without fully understanding what they mean. A man in a cape killing a bull while a dog drinks the blood. A raven watching from above. A scorpion gripping what it should not grip. And at the center of it all, a god whose name every Roman soldier knew, but whose secrets no Roman soldier ever spoke aloud. His name was Mithras, and his cult was the most powerful secret society the ancient world ever produced. This is their story. The story Rome swore would never be told. Welcome to Unheard History. Before we go any further, I need you to understand something that most history books completely miss. The Rome you learned about in school had official gods. Jupiter, the king of the gods. Mars, the god of war. Venus, the goddess of love. These were the public gods of Rome. The gods of the temples and the statues, and the grand religious processions through the Forum. These were the gods Rome wanted you to see. But beneath those official gods, beneath the marble temples, and the public rituals and the state religion that every Roman citizen was expected to participate in, there was another Rome. A Rome of locked doors and whispered passwords and underground chambers lit by nothing but torchlight. A Rome where the most powerful men in the empire gathered in secret to perform rituals so extreme and so binding that the penalty for revealing them was death. Not exile, not disgrace. Death. And at the center of this secret, Rome was a religion so powerful that it spread to every corner of the empire, carried by the one group of men who traveled everywhere and answered to no one but their commander. The Roman legions. The same soldiers who marched the roads of Britain, who guarded the frontiers of Germania, who fought in the deserts of Parthia. Everywhere Rome's armies went, the cult of Mithras followed. And everywhere the cult of Mithras went, it left behind the same thing. Underground rooms, bull blood, and silence. To understand the cult of Mithras, you need to understand the world it was born into. Rome in the 1st century AD was a civilization in a state of profound spiritual hunger. The official state religion was ancient and elaborate, but it was also deeply transactional. You sacrificed to the gods. The gods gave you what you wanted. Victory in battle, good harvests, healthy children. There was less a spiritual relationship and more a divine business arrangement. And for ordinary Romans, for soldiers standing on cold frontiers, far from home, for men who faced death every day and needed something more than a transaction with invisible accountants. The official religion was not enough. Into this spiritual hunger stepped the mystery religions. The mystery religions were a group of secret religious movements that flourished throughout the Roman Empire, from roughly the 1st century BC onward. They shared certain characteristics: initiation rituals, secret knowledge revealed only to members, a personal relationship with the divine, the promise of something beyond the official bargain of Roman religion, the promise of transformation, the promise of life after death. There were several mystery religions operating in Rome simultaneously. The cult of Isis from Egypt, the cult of Cybele from Turkey, the Eleusinian mysteries from Greece. But of all the mystery religions that flourished in the Roman world, none was more powerful, none was more secretive, and none was more deeply embedded in the military, and political structure of the empire than the cult of Mithras. And unlike almost every other mystery religion in the ancient world, we still do not know exactly what they believed. We have their temples. We have their art. We have the scattered references of hostile outside observers. But their actual theology, their actual rituals, their actual sacred texts, gone, destroyed, or hidden so well that 2,000 years of scholarship has not found them. Because the members of the cult of Mithras kept their oath, every single one of them. They took their secrets to their graves, and that silence is the most disturbing thing about them. The origins of Mithras are themselves shrouded in mystery. The name comes from an ancient Indo-Iranian deity, a god of light and covenant known from the sacred texts of ancient Persia and India as far back as 1400 BC. But the Roman Mithras is not simply the Persian Mithra transplanted to the West. The Roman cult appears suddenly and fully formed in the historical record around the 1st century AD, with iconography and rituals that have no direct precedent in the Persian tradition. It is as if someone took the name and the general concept and built something entirely new around it. Something designed specifically for the Roman military mind. Something that offered exactly what a Roman soldier needed: brotherhood, hierarchy, secret knowledge, and the promise that death was not the end. The Roman historian and biographer Plutarch, writing in the late 1st century AD, mentions the cult of Mithras being practiced among the pirates of Cilicia in southern Turkey, whom the Roman general Pompey defeated in 67 BC. This is one of the earliest references we have to the Roman cult. And it is already fully formed, already secretive, already operating with the rituals and the iconography that would define it for the next 3 centuries. From Cilicia, the cult spread westward along the Roman military roads carried by soldiers, traders, and freedmen, until by the 2nd century AD, it had establishments in every corner of the empire. From Hadrian's Wall in northern Britain to the Euphrates River in Syria, from the Rhine frontier in Germania to the southern borders of Egypt. The cult of Mithras followed the legions like a shadow, and everywhere it went underground, literally. The temples of Mithras, the Mithraea, were always built below ground level or designed to appear underground, even when they were not. They were small and narrow intentionally. The largest known Mithraeum could hold perhaps 40 people. Most held far fewer. This was not a religion for crowds. This was a religion for the initiated, for the few who had passed the tests, for the brothers who had earned their place in the darkness. The Mithraeum itself was designed to represent something specific. The cave where Mithras had performed his greatest act, the killing of the bull, the tauroctony. And this is where the story gets truly strange. Now I need you to stop for a moment, because what I am about to describe is something that scholars have debated for over a century without reaching a consensus. And that uncertainty is not because the evidence is scarce. It is because the evidence we have makes no sense by conventional historical standards. We have hundreds of Mithraic temples. We have thousands of Mithraic artifacts. We have the central image of the cult reproduced in almost identical form across the entire Roman Empire for 300 years. The same image, carved in stone, painted on walls, reproduced in bronze from Britain to Syria, from the Rhine to the Nile. The exact same scene, Mithras killing the bull, and we still do not know what it means. Not fully, not certainly. 2,000 years of looking at this image, and the best scholarship in the world can only say, we think it means this. We believe it represents that. We suspect the bull symbolizes something. Think about that. The central sacred image of a religion, that lasted 300 years and spanned the entire Roman Empire. And we cannot decode it with certainty, because no member of the cult ever wrote it down, or if they did, that writing was destroyed so completely that not a single page survives. That level of secrecy, maintained across an entire empire for 300 years, is more frightening than anything the image itself depicts. Stay with me, because what we do know about what happened inside those underground rooms is disturbing enough. The cult of Mithras was organized into 7 grades of initiation. 7 levels of secret knowledge revealed one at a time as the member proved his worthiness to advance. The grades were named after cosmic symbols: Corax the raven, Nymphis the male bride, Miles the soldier, Leo the lion, Persis the Persian, Heliodromus the sun runner, and at the very top, Pater the father. Each grade had its own secret rituals, its own passwords, its own sacred objects, its own relationship to the divine. And to advance from one grade to the next, a member had to undergo tests. The ancient sources describe some of these tests, and they are extreme by any standard. The initiate was stripped of his clothing and blindfolded. His hands were bound. He was led into the underground Mithraeum. He could hear sounds around him in the darkness, sounds that suggested he was surrounded by animals or by hostile forces. Then a sword was placed at his throat. Then someone who he would later learn was a senior member of the cult pretending to be a threat was driven away. And the initiate's blindfold was removed. And he saw for the first time the interior of the Mithraeum, the torchlight, the painted walls, the brothers who had been watching him all along, and the central image of Mithras killing the bull staring down at him from above the altar. This was not just an initiation. This was a rebirth. The initiate who went into the darkness, bound and blindfolded and terrified, came out of the darkness a brother of Mithras. And the bond created by that shared experience, by that shared terror, by that shared darkness, was one of the most powerful social bonds in the Roman world. A Mithraic brother would do anything for another Mithraic brother. Cover for him, lie for him, advance him through the military ranks, recommend him for promotion, share information that should not be shared, make decisions that favored the Brotherhood over the institution. The cult of Mithras was not just a religion, it was a network, the most powerful old boys network the ancient world ever produced. And when you realize that this network extended through the Roman military, from common soldiers all the way to senior officers and potentially to emperors themselves, you begin to understand why Rome's official establishment eventually turned against it. Because a secret society that binds men more tightly to each other than to the state is not a religion. It is a state within a state. And Rome had no tolerance for states within states. The cult of Mithras disappeared from history in the 4th century AD. As the Emperor Constantine embraced Christianity and the Roman Empire began its conversion, the mystery religions were systematically suppressed. Mithraea across the empire were destroyed, their sacred objects smashed, their painted walls defaced. In many cases, Christian churches were built directly on top of the destroyed Mithraea as a deliberate statement of replacement. In Rome today, you can descend beneath the Basilica of San Clemente and find a perfectly preserved Mithraeum directly beneath a medieval church that was itself built on top of an early Christian church that was itself built on top of a Roman building. 3 layers of religion, each one trying to bury what came before. The Mithraeum is still there, still underground, still dark. The altar still stands. The carved image of Mithras killing the bull still watches from the stone. 2,000 years of Christianity built on top of it, and it is still there, still keeping its secrets. Because the brothers of Mithras kept their oath. Every single one of them, in every corner of the empire. For 300 years, they went to their graves without speaking, and what they knew went with them. We have their temples, we have their art, we have their underground rooms, but we do not have their truth. And that silence, that absolute, impenetrable 2,000-year-old silence, is the most unheard history of all. This is Unheard History. Subscribe, because next time we go somewhere even darker.